The protecting of the environment said to be a priority for developers of the proposed cruise port. Small business operators say the new port will deliver improved business. And tributes coming in on the passing of an outstanding businessman.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the city of Freeport is set to become home to one of the largest cruise ports in the Caribbean. The project is expected to be completed in 2021. As the island prepares for this mega development, a key player with the project says the protection of the environment is of paramount importance. Sabrina Brown reports.
The Grand Port proposed for East Lucaya is expected to be Carnival's largest cruise port and a massive development for the island of Grand Bahama. But great emphasis is being placed on preserving the environment. Senior Vice President of Global Ports and Destination Development at the Carnival Corporation, Giora Israel, says a portion of the 329 acres of land acquired for the project will remain undeveloped.
We took 110 acres, which partially is wetland. There's a part here of wetland. We won't touch it. So 110 acres will be preserved and not touched at all. These little stripes you see here, these are elevated walkway where people can go. We will work with the National Trust, hopefully, to make it right so people can explore. The beach itself, we're not touching the beach, we're not touching the burn. There will be no structure on the burn. There will be no structure on the beach. Nothing. We may take out these Australian pines out of there, but the rest we will keep.
He explains how the construction phase will also be environmentally friendly.
We will be building a pier, which is a pier on piling. So there will be no solid pier into the water to allow continuation of the sound migration and the marine mammals or marine animals or fish to go freely. So there's no solid pier. We will also have near the main pier where the big ships will be a smaller pier for shore excursion by water.
Chairman of Save the Bays, Joseph Darville, says he's pleased with the proposed development, adding that Carnival has a record of caring for the environment.
The fact is that the sensitivity that they have already expressed with respect to our environment really fills my heart with joy. It means that our environment, even though it may be impacted a little bit, it can be repaired. And with Carnival's record of, in fact, coral reef development, we can see the combination with Coral Vita right here in Grand Bahama that we could actually have corals transplanted in those particular areas. So I feel very good about the development. I have no objections.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The announcement of the mega cruise port is welcome news for business owners and vendors in the Port Lucaya marketplace. That business center has been stagnant since the closure of hotels on the Lucaya Strip. Tonight, these small business owners say new economic activity is welcomed. Residents on Grand Bahama have been expressing their fair share of high hopes for the new mega cruise port to be developed in eastern Lucaya within the next 2 years. The cruise port will have the capacity to accommodate 2 of the world's largest cruise ships at the same time, which can translate into thousands of tourists on the island. Now, our news team spoke with vendors and sales associates in the Port Lucaya marketplace who say this is great news for the economy.
The present one that we have now is only able to cater to 2 cruise ships at a time. So I feel that this one coming in would definitely be a boost for Grand Bahama. We'll be able to carry more cruise ships, have more visitors coming, which will definitely increase the tourism boost. You know, there's a lot of tours that will take place and stuff like that. I don't believe that they're just going to have it exclusive to the east end of the island. And, you know, we've been experiencing an economic decrease in a while. And so I believe that any new business coming to the island will be great for Grand Bahama at this time.
Straw market vendor Sylvia Major says her hope is that tourists trickle down to the marketplace.
But I pray that we'll have some trickling down here to us, you know, because like the port already the old port, what's there now, that took a lot of business away from the Port Lucaya area, because all the stores that they have in Port Lucaya, they have to the harbor. So I pray that we won't have that same problem up there to finish sink us down here.
These sales associates say they believe that this investment will benefit the island. However, they believe that Port Lucaya must feature more Bahamian entertainment and activities in order to attract the tourists to the marketplace.
It'd be a massive help for Grand Bahama, right? But now, if they don't bring the activities back like what Port Lucaya always had to Port Lucaya, so the tourists could come and enjoy and walk around and spend money, then I don't feel it'll be like a win-win situation. And then, you still got the hotel over there that's closed right now. So it's like a balance where they need to have more than just a cruise port coming into Grand Bahamas.
I think adding entertainment, having the live band, John Canoe, doing island-wide tasting, like a fest like that would be great for this particular area. Because what happens is when the tourists come to this area, there's really nothing for them to do.
Now, it has been noted that cruise ship passengers tend to spend less than airline visitors. This sales associate says that this can still benefit the island in the long run.
At the end of the day, with them having that experience, what it does now is not expose them to want to do maybe a 2-day, 3-day stay on the island.
Now, while in Port Lucaya, we met Paul Lindor. He says he's been coming to Grand Bahama for the past 4 years, along with a group of friends, to play golf. He believes the people of Grand Bahama are the island's greatest resource and says there is great potential here on island.
We don't bring our families. We just come down the guys. But if I was bringing my family, I'm thinking about it for a big birthday I have coming up next year. Is there enough for my wife to do? Okay, are there some good shops? She likes to shop. I mean, I'm not saying these aren't good shops, but they are. Yeah, they're really some good shops, and there's really not much to do. It's a good place, I would imagine, for kids. I have my kids and my grandchildren who would enjoy the water sports down here. What do you have to do specifically? I think that you need the support of the infrastructure, and a lot has to be done, including opening the casinos. I mean, we come here, but we don't gamble. There's nothing to gamble, but a lot of people will not come here because of that.
Grand Bahama was once famously known for its world-class golf courses, but over the years, many have been shut down and are now overgrown. Lindor says that he and his friends golf on the Reef course and hopes that golf course is returned to world-class status soon.
It's a beautiful course. It's gotten better. The last time we were down here, it didn't rain. This time it was actually green, but it needs a lot of work, and it needs to be spectacular. It would be easy because the course itself is gorgeous. It was built by Robert Trent Jones, very famous golf club designer, and the people accommodate us, and we have fun. And it's nice, but it could be a world-class place where they could have tournaments, they could do a lot of things, but it's got to put some money into this course to make it work.
In other news, a fire erupting in the International Bazaar overnight. The building that once housed the bazaar's police station was destroyed. Fire Chief Superintendent Ernest Hanna says they got the phone call around 5:30 this morning.
Our officers responded and met the old Bazaar police station on fire. The building was on fire for a bit before we got a call. That is what it appeared. What it appeared to be what happened when we got there. We believe that squatters may have been using the building to shelter from the cold and may have used fire to warm themselves. So the entire building was gutted by fire, but at the time of the fire, there were no electricity supplied to the building itself. It was not in use. The police had moved out of that building for some time now.
He says the police department lost no valuables in that fire.
It took us some time to extinguish and mop up the area from the debris caused by vagrants who may have used that building as a shelter. So it took some time for us to have the fire under control and extinguished.
Officers of the Drug Enforcement Unit making a significant seizure yesterday. Police say officers on patrol around midday went to an area off Midshipman Road near Burberry Beach and discovered 9 plots of cultivated marijuana plants, ranging from 1 foot to 4 feet in height. No arrest was made, and the estimated street value is some $600,000. Members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and members of the community paying their last respect today to a man considered a model officer and a gentleman. Basil Rahming served on the police force for some 4 decades and was a well-loved and respected member of the Grand Bahama community. Rahming, who also served as Deputy Controller of the Road Traffic Department, passed away on January 18th. Italia Hall reports.
Former Chief Superintendent Basil Rahming is being described as an outstanding police officer who gave unselfishly to the development of Grand Bahama, the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and the entire country. He joined the police force back in 1968 in New Providence after graduating from the police college as best recruit. He then moved to Grand Bahama 1 year later, where he served in many divisions over the years. Due to his passion for the organization, he moved up through the ranks and retired as the second in charge of Grand Bahama and the Northern Bahamas District in 2009. Justice Petra Hannah Adderley says she's known him for many years, professionally and also from church, as he was a part of the Anglican family.
He always carried out his duties with efficiency. He was competent, yet firm and fair in how he dealt with the people in the community. And I think he made scores of friends in uniform, and that's very important.
Superintendent Stephanie Hamilton and Police Sergeant Orlando Dean say he encouraged them to always strive for excellence.
He was passionate about officers' development, and he knew his job.
If you have a problem, if you don't know where the street is, you could call Mr. Rahming and he'd be able to tell you where that street is. He was that type of officer. He knew Grand Bahama very well.
While emotional, Deputy Commissioner of Police Emmerich Seymour says Rahming was one way all the time.
I stand here now as a Deputy Commissioner of Police because of people like Basil Rahming. So I stand on his shoulders. And so he will long be. I think he lived his life demonstrating to all of us how we should live our lives, not only our personal life but our professional lives as well. And so he'll be sorely missed by me. He'll be sorely missed by this organization, and I dare say he'll be sorely missed by the people of Grand Bahama and the Bahamas.
And for other police officers, the Deputy Commissioner says they should all pattern themselves after Basil Rahming.
He was a police officer. He was a Christian as well, and I think that really demonstrated to all of us. People ask, can one be a police officer and a Christian? Yes. How can you be a police officer without being a Christian? I say. And Basil Rahming epitomized how we all should live our lives.
Now a full military service will be held for the late Basil Rahming on Friday morning at 10 right here at the Church of the Good Shepherd in Pinders Point. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Tributes also coming in tonight on the death of a stalwart in the business community. Proprietor of Dolly Madison Home Center, Don Roberts, passed away this week. Tonight, staff members say the man affectionately called the boss was more than an employer, but a family member, father figure, and friend. Rumiko Knowles reports.
It's with sad heart that we have to confirm that Mr. Donald Roberts, the founder and former CEO and president of Dolly Madison Home Center, passed away.
General Manager at Dolly Madison, James Roll, says the passing of owner Donald Roberts has left a great void in that establishment and by extension the business community of Grand Bahama.
He has always been, for the most part, a person who the staff at Dolly Madison could always go to. He cared for them, he loved them, he made sure that they were comfortable in the working environment, and he did everything within his power to ensure that the business was there to support his staff and to support the Bahamian community.
Staff members reflecting on the kind of person Roberts was.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Gigantic.
Kind-hearted. I can go on with many. But Don Roberts, Sr., was quite a guy. He was basically like a father figure to the community. And while we here at Dolly Madison mourn the loss of Don Roberts, the boss, as we effectively called him, or Mr. Come On Down, the whole, not only just this community, but the whole country really will feel his loss.
He was like a father, a mentor, a person who was there when we needed him.
He just has a gigantic effect on people. You just never would expect something like that to come from him.
He was Dolly Madison, and he's going to be greatly missed.
Marketing Director David Mackey says he's going to miss Robert's humor.
His suffering is over, and my condolences especially goes out to his immediate family, to Pam and Donnie, and to the rest of us.
Rose says although Roberts is gone, his memory will live on.
The business will continue, and the legacy of Donald Roberts at Dolly Madison will continue. Dolly Madison will continue to be a strong foothold in the business community of Grand Bahamas because Donald Roberts made sure that the people who were around him understood the business, understand his vision, and are able to carry on his vision.
Donald Roberts died at age 84. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.